Hey everybody, welcome back. So, now that I have a Diet Coke, we can continue. So, in the last episode, we ended up with plaster. This is kind of one of those things about a lot of point-and-click adventures I do complain about, is you just do things because you can and not because you know why. I think that's one reason I have difficulty with a lot of point-and-click adventures, is I try to actually solve puzzles and I end up just wasting my time. Oh, that's the glass guy's house. I end up just wasting my time because I'm not thinking things through. Anyway, so I was talking to Helper in between videos. We went to go get lunch. And, he mentioned he actually recalled playing this game at some point when he was younger. And he said that I need to go... He couldn't remember a lot, but he did say one thing, that I need to go back and talk to the Boar King. So I'm trying to find my way out so I can talk to the Boar King. I think I might be stuck here for all eternity. That would be bad. Oh, whoa, okay, and I disappear out. But before we talk to the Boar King, we still haven't explored the cave. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Okay, where are we? We're in a cave. List of rules.
I haven't seen this many rules since I was in school.
Well, what are they? Guess we'll never know. Ooh, a quilt pen.
Must have been a big bird. Hey, those are really stacked.
The books are stacked. Ooh, cheese. What kind of cheese is it?
Just your basic cheese.
Oh.
Yum.
I prefer Vermont cheddar because it's lactose-free.
A very good year.
Well, we'll never know what year it is.
Just your basic goblet. So that's what time it is.
Look at dark cloaks.
Wait! You're not allowed in there!
I wasn't trying to walk in there, I just wanted to look at the cloaks.
Interesting little artifact, isn't it?
The globe? The loot?
Sure wish I could play one of those.
Alright, we'll talk to this doorkeeper.
Good day to you, sir.
Day it is. Good it is not.
We are in need of information.
What sort of information?
That's a good question. Let's see here. Ask about the rat's history, ask about the door rat himself, ask about rat society, ask to see the leader, and goodbye. Well, let's just start at the top, I guess.
I am curious about the history of the rat tribe. What can you tell me?
I have no time for a history lesson. You should schedule an appointment with one of our historians.
Your historians?
That's right. We rats are one of the few tribes that can tell you about our history, for we've kept records since time immemorial.
Then you are one of the older races?
That's right. According to legend, we were the first race to be morphed. This may account for our copious record-keeping.
Do you have actual records of contact with the humans?
Ah, records of the humans. Those records are quite vague. They suggest that the humans kept our ancestors in cages while they bestowed the gift.
The gift?
That is what our people call the giving of self-awareness to morphs.
And what happened after you were given this gift?
Details are sketchy. Apparently, our ancestors worked with humans on a regular basis. In fact, they taught us their language and script.
Your ancestors served the humans?
Serve them? Of course not. We are not servants. We help them in their scientific experiments, on some level.
And the rats and the humans must have been great allies.
Not so. Even though some humans worked with us, most of their race had great prejudice and fear toward us. They would drive us away or kill us if they could. Morphed and unmorphed alike, some had such hatred for us that they would hunt us down and set traps to catch us.
What did your people do?
What we had to do to survive. We segregated ourselves from man and built dwellings under the ground where we would be safe from those that would harm us. We continued that lifestyle even after the humans vanished.
And you believe these legends?
I believe all legends are part fact and part fiction. Which is which, only our ancestors knew for sure.
I was just actually wondering that. I was like, why would they have chosen the rats first? But if the whole thing was a scientific experiment and not some great legend like the beginning of the game, then that would Good. And it also made me realize, wow, the rats really grew and the elk really shrunk. I never really thought about that until he was talking about that, and I was, I wonder what caused them to all be about the same size. That's interesting. What? I think I just asked about the rat's history, so...
And your job is to watch this door?
It is not. I am no mere watchman. There are several of us who take turns watching the door. My main duty, however, is keeping track of our trade balance with other tribes.
There's no door, it's just a hole in the wall. What is your main form of exchange? How did you get this job? How long have you been doing this job, or do you enjoy this job? Or tell me more about your society. Well, none of them are useful except the first one, I would assume, or the last one.
What is your main form of exchange?
We deal mostly in information. Whatever skills we have come from our vast storehouse of written knowledge.
How did you get this job?
It is a trade that was passed down from my father and from his father before him.
You've been doing this a long time, then?
As long as I can remember. My father would bring me to this very room, even when I was very young, and teach me about this trade.
Do you enjoy this job?
Enjoy? Enjoy? What kind of question is that? It is my job. It is what I do for the good of my society. My personal enjoyment does not enter into it.
What is this, Brave New World?
Tell us more about your society.
Okay.
Tell us about your people.
For one thing, we like to be left alone.
Really? Why is that?
Because we are usually too busy to make idle chit-chat. Therefore, our contact with other races is usually limited to what is necessary for trading.
But there were several rats at the puzzle tournament. In fact, it was a rat who beat me.
That's true. We seem to have a great skill for puzzle solving. So several of our younger members do enjoy getting out and dealing with other tribes at these events. It's just a phase, however, and usually doesn't last long. They soon return to the solitary lifestyle. What do you do for fun? Our pastimes are mostly intellectual games, puzzles, anagrams, the like. Physically, we enjoy foot races and hide and seek. Now, if you will excuse me, I must get back to my work.
I kind of wanted him to say, like, scurrying races or something.
You are indeed a most interesting race. We would like an audience with your leader.
An audience with our leader? An audience with our leader?
Yes.
Do you have an appointment?
No.
We do not.
Then an audience is impossible.
Why?
Why? Because he only receives visitors from mid-morning until mid-afternoon every other day during the week, and from noon until dusk on the other two. On the day of Throne, he receives only invited guests from dusk until midnight, and on the day of Death, he receives no visitors whatsoever. Therefore, you will have to wait for your audience.
But, good sir, you do not understand.
I don't think intimidating this man is gonna work. Let's confuse him.
I have an idea to distract him. Play along. We'd like to make an appointment.
Very well, then. What is your name again?
My name is Riff of the Fox Tribe.
Riff of the Fox Tribe. And you are...
This is Who Are You of the Boar Tribe. And Yasser I Am of the Elk Tribe.
You are who?
No. Yasser I am.
No, who are you? That's me. You? Who are you? Who are you?
I like that.
Who are
Let's
you?
go.
Who are you?
I may need a disguise.
Oh, okay. I like that. That was awesome. So let's save. Wait. Okay. I didn't realize it scrolled. I can't have very long save names. I have to admit, that was pretty clever of her to come up with that so quickly. Oh my gosh, for a split second I was like, Space Quest 4, quick, get rid of the lasers. Alrighty, can I look at this? Oh, of course this is a maze. Why wouldn't it be one? Because we don't have enough of these stupid mazes. I'm just gonna follow this guy. He must know where he's going. Oh, no, he doesn't.
You can take off that cloak now, young fox.
Thank goodness.
You sure have a lot of stuff in here. You sure have a lot
Oh,
of
he's not gonna
stuff
say
in
anything
here.
specific.
You sure have a lot of stuff.
Alright.
You sure. You sure.
If you're gonna say the same thing about everything, then...
You must have had a long journey. So tell me, how did you manage to get past the doorkeeper?
My friends and I provided him with a diversion.
Quite clever. But then I could tell you were clever at the puzzle tournament.
Aha, so that's where we have met before.
Yes. I am called Sist, and I was there to witness your defeat at the hands of Scory.
Scory was lucky.
Sometimes all that stands between a winner and a loser is a little bit of luck. Now then, why are you here?
Yeah, sorry, Byron just started playing with his toy in the background if you hear squeaky noises. Discuss the orb.
My friends and I are investigating the disappearance of the Orb of Storms. We are at a loss as to where to start, and have heard that you know many things. Can you help us?
We have knowledge, but we are not clairvoyant. We must have clues, something to go on. Have you any clues?
Found what might be a clue, or not at the present time.
I found what might be a clue.
This sack of
Let
plaster.
me see it then. Give me what you have, and I'll try to help.
Let's give him this sack of plaster.
This tells me nothing.
Oh, but I went to so much effort to get that sack of plaster.
Anything more I can do for you?
Actually, I'll...
As you
Oops,
wish.
sorry, he'll be running along now. Oh my gosh! Please tell me I don't have to walk all the way back. The game is not that mean.
Rat cloaks, and they look about my size.
Please, game. Oh, no! No! Alright, let's get a move on.
It's sealed shut. Wow, I think I made it, actually. Hopefully I can remember my way back. Because drawing a map would be too smart.
Who are you? Who are you? I'm the doorkeeper. Who are you? Who are you? I'm the doorkeeper. Who is he?
That's right.
We'll just leave. Alright, thank you, Byron. Let's walk to this house. We haven't been to this house yet. Oh, this is pretty. Tycho's house, or Tycho's? Oh, hello. Are you a
Hello,
dog?
sir. We've come to Forever Mountain in hope of peering into the wildlands, that we might have some sort of idea where we are going.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Tycho Northpaw.
I didn't even know that I needed to go to the wildlands or peer into them. Thank you, game. What have you observed from up here? Ask about the wildlands, ask about himself, or we'll be on our way.
You seem to have an excellent view up here. Have you had occasion to do much observation of the wildlands?
Indeed I have. In fact, I have made maps of part of them.
Indeed. Most interesting.
I am both an astronomer and cartologist.
Wow.
Cartologist?
A map maker.
Our new friend is a map maker.
Okay. Thank you for telling us that.
Perhaps you could tell us something about the wildlands.
I will tell you what I know of the wildlands.
Left
It is a
Byron.
place of great danger. It is also a place of great magnificence. There are hostile tribes, treacherous terrain, and roaming reptiles. It is also a land of great beauty and power.
It sounds like a truly wondrous place.
I could just as easily be describing the known lands.
But it sounds very different.
In
Reptiles.
some ways, the wildlands are very different from the known lands. In some ways, they are very similar.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever been to the wildlands yourself?
I have not. With my impaired sense of smell, I am at somewhat of a disadvantage in the wilds. I do, however, occasionally encounter a traveler who has been through the wildlands, and he will supply me with information.
I'm pretty sure your sense of smell is probably still better than the elks.
Many fear the wildlands and say they are full of unspeakable dangers.
That is only fear of the unknown. If you make the unknown known, the fear has nowhere to take root.
That's a good way of putting it. I like that. Yeah, so, sorry, if you heard me talking to Byron, he actually knows lefts and rights, so he lost his toy and I was trying to help him find it. You might hear me say that. Sorry.
Can you give us any suggestions for our journey?
Keep all of your senses on alert, especially your common sense. You will need them.
I like that. I like this guy. He's random but kind of cool.
How much of the wildlands can be seen from this mountain?
That is hard to say. I cannot see as much as I used to when I had my light catcher. However, no one I have met has ever reached the other side and returned to tell their story.
Well, it sounds like we're doing it today.
Yes, the wildlands are a fascinating place, but there are some other things to discuss.
For some reason, I thought I said ask about hamsters. Yes, we haven't talked about enough random discussions. Let's talk about hamsters.
Tell us about yourself. How did you come to live here on the edge of the wildlands?
I was born a member of the dog tribe and raised to be a hunter.
Oh, dang.
However, that
Thought you were
career
the
was
tiger
cut
tribe.
short. You see, I suffer from hay fever, which not only renders my sense of smell useless, but on the hunt, my sneezing had a tendency to alert the prey to our presence.
What are you eating?
I soon
Lizards?
became quite a liability to the hunting party.
I'm terribly sorry. That must have been quite difficult for you.
Not really. True, the other members of the tribe soon ostracized me, but I was never much of a hunter anyway. My heart just wasn't in it. I was much more interested in the stars. I would lie on my back night after night and watch them into the early hours of the morning. I charted their progress across the sky and studied them until I knew each and every one by
Wow.
heart.
That's
So
incredible.
I decided to become an astronomer.
What led you to Forever Mountain?
The king of the dog tribe at the time, Rex, had no use for astronomy. He considered it a waste of time. All he cared about was the hunt. So after I was ostracized, I decided to find the highest mountain I could from which to gaze at the stars. And that was here, Forever Mountain.
What did you find when you first arrived here?
I found this building.
Just this building? Nothing more?
Oh yes, there were many other things.
What kind of things?
Instruments for seeing the stars. Light catchers, I call them. I believe they were actually left here by the humans before they ascended.
Oh, he must mean the, telescope.
What makes you think they were left by humans?
The items I found are far beyond our own technology.
It's amazing that you found that, but not a computer?
And you actually believe all of these humans ascended to the land of the clouds?
Actually, I believe the humans ascended to the moon.
Why?
What?
The image we see on the moon? That is actually the face of a human.
Ugh.
I believe they carved it there, so we would know that they are always looking down on us.
That's not a pleasing thought.
Watching us and caring for us. Someday they will return.
And when will that be?
When we are good enough, when we have learned enough, when we have stopped fighting amongst ourselves and learned to live in peace.
Well, I don't think humans ever did that,
Only
so...
then will we be worthy.
What do you think, Byron?
I find that hard to believe.
Then what do you believe in, my young friend?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Ah.
Nothing like Diet Coke. Let's
That's
discuss
all
something
very
else.
interesting, of course, but there are a few other things we'd like to discuss.
How about maps?
How did you come to make these maps?
From my vantage point here on the mountain, I would look through my light catcher to the wild lands below. I saw the hills and the valleys. If I saw an area of thick vegetation, I knew there must be water nearby. If it was a round, contained area, it was a lake. If it was a long, extended area, it was a river or stream. If at night I saw a fire, I assumed it must either be a campfire or a village. The size of the
Charmander.
fire and the consistency of its occurrence told me which.
Charmeleon, maybe? If it's bigger? Charizard? Let's see here. What's a light catcher?
You mentioned something called a light catcher. What is that?
Ah, my light catcher. It is an instrument I found in this house. It makes objects that are far away seem close at hand. It makes the stars seem so close you could reach up and touch them. It makes the moon look as if it were right next door.
What a wonderful apparatus. May we see it?
I will show it to you, but I'm afraid the instrument itself is broken.
I have plaster. Would that help?
About 8 moons ago, I had it on my desk. A strong wind blew through my window, blowing papers to the floor and taking my light catcher with it. Part of it shattered, and it has not worked since.
Oh.
It still pains me to think about it.
Uh-oh.
What part broke?
This small, round, clear part. It cracked in half.
And you've been unable to repair it?
I'm afraid so.
That is most unfortunate. Such an instrument would help us greatly on our quest.
Well, we could
There
take it to
are
the
a few
glass
other
maker. I'm
things
assuming
we'd
it's
like to discuss.
The lens that broke.
Go on.
Perhaps you would lend us the use of your map.
There's no point in getting a map until we have some idea of what direction we're going.
You're probably right.
Well, you seem to be okay with the fact that we came here for no reason. And it's suddenly night outside.
We'll be on our way.
Good luck to you.
So I'm assuming... Oh, it's just the tripod. He must have had it on here.
I use that to steady my
So they
light
know what a
catcher.
tripod is, but they don't know what a telescope is? What the... Ugh.
What a view!
This is my window to the world.
If everyone lit just one little candle, that'd be a lot of candles.
Well, I guess so.
What a marvelous machine this universe is.
You know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, the elk was pretty chatty about the telescope. It's funny how I thought I was supposed to be saying it, and it was the elk doing it.
That would be pretty nosy. What an odd design. What does it mean?
This is what happens when we have an eclipse.
The Earth looks so small.
Imagine how small we look to the Earth.
There's nothing quite as cozy as a fireplace.
I have to admit, the writing in this game isn't that bad. I actually have enjoyed a lot of the conversations.
I'll never remember all the things he's told us.
I like these high places.
This is a good game. I'm surprised I didn't play it or even hear about it when I was a kid. Oh no, Byron, does that upset you that I didn't know about this game? Alright, where else? Oh, yes, I said at the beginning of this video I was gonna go talk to the Boar King. And I'll do it at the end of the video. Actually, this seems like a good place to stop, and then we'll visit the Boar King in the next video. Bye, guys.